Hi there and welcome. I'd like to give you a quick overview of our new improvements and some amazing feature additions that we have added to EDUonGo. Starting from the home page, we have added few more pages, so we grouped our navigation at the top. We've added our timeline page. If you go under support, we added an Ask Community page and an FAQ and so on. So going to the timeline page, you can check out the roadmap of what's coming up next for EDUonGo. Some amazing features are coming up next. So coming in July here, 2013. And if you scroll down, you'll see what came on May. And again, these are just a summary of the improvements and feature additions. There's quite a bit more that's coming up. And then this back dates all the way to January. Okay. The other page is Ask Community. So here you can post a question or find an answer to your question from the entire community of EDUonGo, from more than 350 schools around the world that are using EDUonGo. So you guys will be able to ask questions amongst each other and find an answer to your question and so on. Next, I'm going to jump inside the course area. So I'm sure you're familiar with the desktop by now, but some of the major changes and improvements that we've added is our book module. So if I click in here under my books, we have divided this section into my library on the left side, so into two different parts, and then the public library into the right side. So what this means is you can now compose your own book or upload a book and then share that with the entire community, with the entire public library. So that means is that you can create a book in a school at the other part of the world, can use your book and facilitate that in their own courses. So we have some amazing tools that I'm going to show you shortly on how to compose a book, but you can also upload an EPUB format of your book. So if you already have an EPUB, you simply come in here and then choose your file and upload your book, and you can also upload a book thumbnail. Now very soon we're gonna make it so you can upload a PDF or a Word document. Okay, until then, if you have a PDF version of your book, I guess you can go through the create book module. So if you click on here, you'll be able to compose your own book and maybe copy and paste from your Word document or your PDF until we have that upload PDF or Word ready. So if I come here inside a book, so I'm going to cancel out of that, and on the left side I'm going to just show you one of the books that I have uploaded, and I've started to modify it and add new pages. So here's a math book, and let me find a page that has more text. Now notice at the top we added an edit and new page button. To the left you have your main navigation, and I'm sure you've seen the main navigation on the current version of the book. But if you click on chapters now, you'll be able to edit a chapter. So if I click in here, I can edit that and rename that to whatever I like, chapter 1, and then hit save. I can also add a new chapter. So if I'd like to chapter 2 and then hit save, and I can drag and drop chapters to change their position and so on and so forth. Okay, now let me just put this back here. Once I add a chapter, I can go inside and add pages to the chapter. So here's the blank page of the new chapter I just added. So if I click on edit button up from the top menu, then I can come in here and you have this amazing editor that you can build now your own book. You can compose your own pages and so on and so forth. So if I mean, I'm just gonna write something here, so something, and then you have those tools to style the page and so on. So I'll go back into a page that has already been made, and in this page now I can hit the edit button here, and with the tools that I have in here, I can simply bring videos into into the page rich media like flash files, a flash SWF file. So if you have a quiz that you have already created before, you can upload that in here, so you can have a quiz inside of a page of the book. Or if you'd like to write your page in HTML, you simply click on this source, that button source at the top, and if you know HTML, you can create your own page using HTML technology. So let me go ahead and just embed a video from YouTube real fast. So if I come here and I click under share here on YouTube, and I'll go back and just paste that embed code. So here's an iframe. If I go back now to the view mode, that's the video I just embedded. So I'll hit save, and here's a video inside my page. And you can embed in a similar fashion other widgets from third-party vendors and whatnot. Okay, so again, I'll let you play around with the book, but it's quite intuitive, and we have some simple, easy to use tools that we have added for you to compose your own book. And the e-reader will pick up the pages just like in the previous version, where once you build your book, you can add notes, create questions, and so on and so forth. Next, I'm going to go inside a course area. So when you create a book, on the left side under My Tools, you will have a new button that says My Books. So if you're an instructor, you will be able to add books to the course. So you can link a book into the course from your library. So for example, here I'm an instructor in this course. I click in this drop down and I can link my math book here to this course. Now my students, when they come in this section, so when my students click on My Books, they will have a button to install the book, okay? And then they get to view the book in the e-reader and so on and so forth. So we also added improvements into the left side here. You can slide your navigation and give yourself more room, or you can collapse your navigation like so, or open it, and so on. We also added a back button. So for example, if I go inside a session, and we've had this request quite a bit, so if I'm inside a session and I click, let's say, in an assignment, if I'd like to go back to that session that I was working with, I simply click on the back button. Now this will go into a hierarchy, so it will go back in the history that you were exploring at that particular time. So other improvements that we've added is inside the presentation page. So if I click on the edit button, we have the sub navigation here always staying at the top, so I can scroll up and down and the top navigation will remain there. I can simply reorder my items below by clicking on this button here. So if I want to simply just put the slider down, I simply click on the down button and it pushed whatever was down, which was the videos, and so on and so forth. So let me bring that back up. Another amazing addition that we've added is you can now create your slider inside the presentation page. You don't have to go outside, into a different form. One thing that we have received quite a bit of requests is people would like to link items in the presentation page based on the slide that they're viewing. So for example, I'm here in slide 1 out of 3, and I'd like to link some of the items below. So I'd like in this slide to link maybe my videos. So if I click on link page items and if I select the video, that means that the videos will display in this slide only. So let me go ahead and go to the next slide, and let's say on this one I'd like to link my activity, and on the next one I'd like to link my text. So what this means is when I hit save and preview, notice now below I don't have the text and the activities, I only have my videos. If I go to the next slide, it will display now my activities, because that's how I link them. So if you'd like to elaborate on the concepts within your presentation page, this is one way you can do that. So you can have your topic at the top and elaborate on different concepts based on from one slide to another. So this is something that a tool that we have prioritized based on your feedback and demands, and we're very excited to release that in this version. In a similar format, on changing the order for the items, you can also change the order for the tabs. So up right corner, if you'd like to change the tabs the way they are positioned, you can simply just click on that and change that order and put a tab somewhere in the middle. And we received this feedback quite a bit. You know, people creating sessions at the end, they wanted to insert that somewhere in the middle, so you can do that now. And one last thing is the HTML text. So that's already active now, and if I scroll down, notice that here I have added a video inside my HTML, so I can switch between the HTML portion of this view and the source. So if I'd like to build my own page, the presentation page with HTML, you can simply come in here and if you know HTML, you can write down the layout of this presentation page if you'd like to. Okay, that will be it. This is a very quick summary. There's tons of other improvements and some more feature additions, but I hope you are excited as we are. And until next time, happy studying and happy teaching. And thank you so much for contributing in this noble cause around the world. So have a good one.